need, which is some hand weights. I'm using water bottles today as my hand weights. We won't be using them quite yet, but if you have a small set of hand weights, water bottles, soup cans, anything like that will do for some resistance, or you can do range of motion. So you're welcome to not use any weights and just do the same exercises I'm doing without any resistance. That'll be fine as well. And make sure you have a water bottle with you too, so that you can have a drink. I'll cue a few water breaks and then feel free to have a sip of water anytime you need it. So we will get started the same way we usually do today, just with a comfortable seat. You're welcome to have your eyes closed if you're comfortable doing that, just for a few moments of focus. So we'll focus on our breathing. And I think we'll do our usual 3 points of focus. So we're going to start with the length of our spine, having every breath in bring us just a little bit taller in our seat, and every breath out, maintaining that length while we take a full exhale. So you're thinking about extending the crown of your head closer to the ceiling on every breath in, and then holding that length for the breath out. Good. We'll do a few more there. Good. And then from there, we're going to turn our focus to the rise and fall of our chest. So every breath in, getting a big expansion through our rib cage, and every breath out, releasing, squeezing every last drop of air out. Hand can be on your chest for a bit of reference point, or just on your lap, whatever you're more comfortable with. Breath in to expand through your chest, sitting up really tall, getting all that space for your lungs to fully expand. And then exhale. Good. We'll do 2 more breaths there. And then we'll turn our focus to our belly, a little bit of belly breathing to engage through our core, where every breath in fills up your belly like a balloon, and every breath out uses your core muscles to squeeze your belly button towards your backbone. So making nice even breaths in and out. We've already made more length through our spine, so we're sitting up tall. And then now we're using our core muscles to really activate and kind of push that last bit of our exhale out. Breath in and out. 1 more like that. Excellent. From here, we will open your eyes if you wish. You're welcome to keep them closed as we start to add some small head circles. So just starting to warm up through our neck a little bit. And back the other way. Good, and then maybe you'll go a little bit bigger for this next round. So dropping your ear towards your shoulder, dropping your chin towards your chest, and then completing the circle to the back as well. And then we'll change direction there too, about 2 times around. Great, come on back through center. Let's squeeze our shoulder blades together, puffing up through our chest, and then release without curling too much through our spine. So just opening up through our chest, shoulder blades squeeze together and release. Once we get this going, we'll add in a little bit of arms. So it'll be a bit like our rowing move that we do. So elbows pull back as our shoulder blades squeeze together. Good, so we'll do 2 more at that height. And 1. And then we're going to move a little bit higher. So more like shoulder height. Same driver of the move though. So shoulder blades squeeze, arms come along for the ride. We're getting a little stretch and warm up through front shoulder and chest as well here. Good, let's do 3, 2, and 1. All right. From here, we're going to add a little bit more rotation through the shoulder joints. So we're going to come up to shoulder level, rotate palms facing forward, palms face down, bring it in. So up and down. Just working within your own comfort level. Everybody's shoulders move differently. So if you have a shoulder injury or some mobility issues through your shoulder, just working within your own comfortable range. Last one here. Good, and down. All right, let's add a little bit of spinal rotation now. If you have the core control to slide slightly away from your chair back, just to give us a little bit more space to rotate, you're welcome to do that now, or back on your chair as needed is just fine. Both hands are going to come to one side of your lap, and we're just gently rotating to side, coming back through center. And we'll add in a bit of a shoulder check while we're here. So as you rotate, looking over that shoulder, back to center. Good, we'll do 2 more on this side. And 1. All right, and then doing the same on the other, both hands on same side lap, rotating side through center. Just within a comfortable range, adding in that shoulder check. Good, we'll do 2 more here. And 1. All right, and then we will do a forward hinge. Again, depending on your level of core control. If you need to stay back on your chair for this one, you're doing a gentle press back, engaging through your core as you press back and come forward. If you're able to come away from your chair back, we're hinging with a long spine down towards our lap, pulling back up tall. Maintaining that length through the spine, just like we did in our first breathing exercise today. And keeping our shoulders low. We're going to add just a little bit of a reach. You're going to reach down towards the floor, kind of in line with your toes of the same side. Still maintaining that length though. Good. We'll do 2 more per side. And last one here, each side. All right, and then we will finish things off today with the warm-up with a little bit of overhead side flexion. So one hand can be on your lap, on the side of your chair or the arm of your chair for a bit of support. We'll start just with the arm move. So reaching up and overhead. If this does not feel great today, maybe a little bit more at eye level might feel better. And then adding a bit of side flex as well. So flexion back to our center point. Good, we'll do 2 more. And 1. And then we'll do the same on the other side. So starting just with the arm movement, changing this as you need to for shoulder comfort. So bringing it a little more forward if that's better. And then adding in your side flex. Great, last 2. And 1. All right. Warm up is complete. I'm going to grab a drink of water and I'm going to talk to you for just a minute before we get going on a little bit of cardio. So I think it's been a while in this class since I've talked about rate of perceived exertion. So I thought I would just mention that really briefly today. And while I'm doing that, we'll keep the blood pumping a little bit. You're going to just do some bicep curls here. No weights in hand, just keeping the arms moving a bit. While I talk. So rate of perceived exertion is individual to you. And it's kind of your target for how hard you want to work on any given day for exercise. So if 1 is lying in bed, having just woken up, no exertion whatsoever. And 10 is the hardest that you can imagine working today. We kind of target from there where we want to be for exercise. So for the most part, in this class, I'm targeting something from about a 4, maybe a 5 out of 10 for most participants. And everybody's a little bit different. We're going to go to a long arm reach here. Everybody's a little bit different and might be different from day to day too. If you didn't have a good sleep last night, or anything else has kind of disrupted what is your normal feelings of wellness. So just keep that in mind. Maybe set a bit of a number in your head for the next little bit as we exercise, and let's go from there. All right, so last one here. So having said that, we're going to do a cardio sequence today that will bring our heart rate up a little bit. We're going to work at a slower pace, a medium pace, and a faster pace. And again, that's all individually based. So we'll just modify accordingly and go from there. So let's go to just our sprinter arms to start. So that is alternating swinging arms. If you are able to slide slightly away from your chair back, we have quite a bit of core work going on here. And even at chair back, if that is best for you, we're still getting lots of core stability challenges as our arms move a little more vigorously here. So if you think about this as a medium speed exercise for you, it feels like it is comfortable enough to be maintained for some amount of time. So it's not maximal effort at in any case. And of course, we won't be doing maximal effort anyway, but we're just kind of getting a little bit of a judge as far as what feels like different types of workload. Okay, so these sprinter arms, medium intensity. We're going to go to a little bit higher intensity. This is our first little burst of higher intensity. So I will let you decide what that feels like for you. You might just start to power up your arms a bit more, utilize your core more. You might use both arms at the same time. Good, so lots of variations there just to give you a little bit more workload. Maybe you're feeling yourself getting a bit warmer, heart rate rising just a little. And then we're going to go back to our medium intensity. So I'm going to go back to my single arm. Great. So with each of these ones, we're going to run through this cycle twice, and then we'll change up the exercise. Good. So shoulders are away from your ears, nice and relaxed through those trapezius muscles. And we are getting ready to go into another little burst of higher intensity. So pacing yourself accordingly, deciding whether you want to do just speedier arms or dual arms, both arms moving at once. Regardless of what you've chosen, lots of control here. So we're still very much moving with intention as we do these exercises. Good. Ease your way back. Medium intensity, same exercise. And we're going to slow this one down next. So slowing down takes generally more core control and perhaps a little bit of balance even as we start to shift our weight a little bit in our chair. So doing whatever is comfortable for you today. This one, we're going to start to bring our arms farther to the front. And then potentially, if it's available to you, you're going to start to reach forward. So hinging forward with every reach. So really challenging the core to help stabilize here as we come forward. And then if it's available, maybe you'll try both arms at once. Shoulders away from your ears. Good, 2 more. and 1. All right, the next one will be familiar to you. We're doing our seated jacks next. We're going to do them half jack with a bent elbow to start for medium intensity. And then from there, you'll decide what variations you would like to take to make this a little bit harder or a little bit easier, as you will today. So if this doesn't feel like quite enough workload for you at medium intensity, you're welcome to go for a longer arm reach, and you're welcome to go up overhead if you prefer. So bigger sweeping arms here. I'm going to keep mine fairly low. So this is our medium intensity in this exercise. Good. Again, our core muscles are already working pretty hard to stabilize us, and now a little bit more our side core, our oblique muscles, as well as our rectal abdominals to the front. Okay, so here we go with another higher intensity. You can pick up the pace, maybe make it a bigger move, or you can do the full seated jack, big arms, anything in between. Make this a smaller move, but still dual arm, or go to single arm. So lots of choices here. Pick your favorite. Great. Keep going. All right, we'll use this one down to a medium intensity again. So you might make it quite a bit of a smaller move. Just pacing yourself, checking in every once in a while to see how it feels from that rate of perceived exertion scale that we talked about earlier. So from 1 to 10, how hard are you working right now? And no pressure whatsoever. So just maybe giving yourself a number rating here, and just make note of it for maybe future weeks. Good. So we're going to go back to our higher intensity here, whatever that was for you. So maybe bigger moves, both arms working at the same time, or maybe alternating arms, whatever you prefer. Great. We're almost done this one. Let's take it down to our medium intensity again, a little bit lower, probably alternating arms. And then we're going to finish off this sequence by slowing it down even more. And it'll look a lot like one of our warm-up exercises. So we're going to come up and over with a little bit of side flex. So hips staying pretty even on your chair. Our side flex is not lifting one hip off the chair. We're using our side core muscles to keep stabilized there. Maybe slow down even more for a few. So slow motion, like you're grabbing onto something and you're pulling it back down to center. Last one each way. Good. All right. I'm going to grab another water break. If you need one too, go ahead. We got just a couple more in this same sequence, and then we'll move on to some resistance work. Okay, so we're going to do a little bit of front crawl now. That'll be our next move. So small scoops forward, keeping our heart rate up a bit here. And this is our medium intensity, so you can make the moves relatively small, alternating arms. And again, this is another good one to challenge our core. Welcome to be back on your chair or slightly forward, whatever is best for you today. Okay, as we start to do our higher intensity, the same thing will apply. You will go either bigger moves, a little bit quicker, or it won't look like the front crawl anymore, but if you want to do both arms at the same time, you're welcome to it. Big scoops forward. Good. Either is just fine. If you want to do alternating arms, that is totally fine. Good. Going back to our medium intensity, single arm, smaller moves. Just a nice, comfortable tempo. Great. So we'll just do a few more like this, and then we're moving up that intensity one more time with this particular move, our front crawl. All right, so when you're ready, starting to up the intensity, whether that's picking up the pace, picking up the size of the move, or adding both arms simultaneously, so both arms working together in a big scoop. Those are all just fine, adding some extra intensity. Good. Keep going just a little bit longer with this one. And then starting to slow it down. Good. So to our medium intensity, and then slowing it down even more. This time we have an option of some rotation to the side. So we're gonna scoop and rotate, scoop and rotate. One hand can stabilize on the chair. You might even stay there for a few motions if that feels better for you, or alternating sides. We'll do 2 more per side. And 1. All right, shake out those shoulders. We are finishing this sequence off with our burpees that we have done quite often in this class. So you are welcome to stay fully upright for this as we reach down towards the ground and then up towards the ceiling, or a slight hinge. So down and up. And actually, let's actually change this a little bit. Let's go one side at a time, down and up, down and up. I changed my mind. We'll save that other one for our higher intensity. Good. We'll do a few more like this, and then we'll get back to that dual arm move. So I forgot what I was doing there. All right, last one here. Adding in both arms, so adding a little more intensity as we start to reach down to the ground, up for the ceiling. Option of the hinge, staying upright against the chair back if that's best for you today. Good. Last 2 and 1. Go back to your medium intensity. So that was 1 arm at a time. All right, we're getting ready for our last higher intensity move of today. So give me 1 more each at this pace. And then heading back to our higher intensity dual arm move. Last round here. Good, just give me a few more. Let's do 4, 3, 2, and 1. Excellent. Just give me back those single arm moves, and we're going to start to slow this one down right away. So we're already challenging our core quite a bit, especially with the hinge. And now maybe we'll do just a little bit of flex too. So not only are you hinging down, but you're flexing on the way up. Hinge, flex. So that arm gets a little bit more reach to it. Hinge, flex. Last one, each side coming up here. Okay, good. We are finished our cardio for today. You are welcome to grab your resistance objects now, whether it's weights or water bottles or whatever you have available. And we will get started on that. I'm going to keep with the same theme, more or less, for these exercises as well. And yeah, we'll go from there. Let's see, we are going to be doing a little bit of overhead weighted work. So usual reminder, if you are in a chair with a lower back, or you don't have anti-tip on your chair back, make sure that your wheels are locked and you're against something like a wall where you are safe to be able to move overhead without any worry of tipping. And other than that, just working at your own pace. Our quicker moves that we're going to do with weights are still going to be controlled moves. So we're not going to kind of let the weights guide our move, but the other way around. So lots of control still in that way. And we're going to start with our bicep curls today. So shoulders are back and down, single arm curls. So we're going to alternate sides. Good. All the way up, all the way down. So regardless of what you're using for resistance today, I want those arms to go through their full range of motion through the elbow. So all the way down to your sides as well as up towards your shoulder. Good. So let's do 2 more like this. And 1. All right, and then from here, we're going to reset those shoulders back and down just to check in on posture a little bit. And we're going to bring the weights up to their top point. So elbows close to your sides, weights are up at shoulder level. And we're going to speed up the move just slightly by going only halfway. So you're going to go halfway down like you're setting the weights on a table, and then all the way back up again. So we can pick up the speed just a little bit with lots of control still in this positioning. Good. We're going to just do 2 more here. 2 and 1. And then we're going to take the weights all the way down to full extension down at our sides. Make sure those shoulders are set back and down, and do half lifts on the way up. So as if you're coming to the bottom side of a table and back again. So half lift. And with that, we can speed up the move just a little bit again, making sure we're fully in control of the weight. Good, let's do 4, 3, 2, and 1. Okay. For the next one, we're going to slow it down. So we're still going to do a variation of a bicep curl, but I'll talk just for a moment and say I've been adding a little bit of lower body work to the class in the last month or so. So if that's available to you, what I'm going to do for this particular exercise as I slow it down is a firm plant of my feet. So this will be completely dependent on your level of ability and what type of chair you are in, but firmly planting my feet enough that perhaps as I press down, I can feel some muscles in my quads and maybe even my core, just engage a little bit more to keep me really centered on my chair. So from here, totally optional, the lower body exercises. We're going to do a half bicep curl and then lift our arms slightly away to the front and then bring it back again. Now with this, we have the option of a slight forward hinge too. So like we're reaching forward to set something down on maybe a countertop in a strong postural position. So we are hinging forward, but we have a long spine, strong core, shoulders away from our ears. So we're going to do 2 more here. And last one. Good. All right. Shoulders are set. We are getting ready to do some lat pull downs next. Knowing that there's nothing above us right now to grab, we have to kind of create that feeling of resistance on the way down. And of course, we have weights in hand. This is our overhead work. So again, make sure that you're somewhere safe to do this. We're going to do single arm, and I think we'll just stay on one side at a time actually for this one, just for a bit of extra control, pressing towards the ceiling up above your head, and then engaging through your side wing muscles to squeeze and pull down. So reach up, squeeze and pull down. Now, if your shoulder mobility doesn't allow you to go all the way overhead, that's fine. We're really looking for this side core muscle to be doing the work. So it doesn't need to be a full overhead extension in order to have that happen. Good. 2 more on this side. And 1. Excellent. Reset, and we will do the same on the other side. This exercise, I'm not going to do at any faster speed. This is, I guess, what we would call our medium intensity or medium speed for this particular exercise. So really focusing on that downward pull. You have to maybe, tell those muscles that they need to do a little extra work on the way down. So reaching up is really just our reset point, and then squeeze and pull down. Good. 2 more here. And 1. All right. For our slower motion, we are going to do that with our lat pull downs today. And you're welcome to set one weight down if you would like a hand free to stabilize. So I'm actually going to set one of my weights down for this one. Good. Again, offering an option for a little bit of extra lower body engagement. The side that's currently holding the weight, your same side foot might slightly step forward for this one, if that's available to you. And I'm sorry you can't see my feet right now, but just a slight step forward, maybe half a foot step. And now we're going to do that same press through that foot to get a little bit of extra engagement through our quads and through our core, maybe even our glutes on that side. So we're just really grounding ourselves on that side. Opposite hand is free to now hold on to chair base or arm of the chair, depending on your setup. And we're going to do our same lat pull down, but now we're adding just a tiny bit of side flex, if that is good for you. And we're slowing down the move. So we have potentially a number of things happening, both upper and lower body on this same side. We have our lats, we have our obliques, and then potentially some lower body leg engagement here as well. Good. We'll just do one more on this side. All right. If you had those feet offset, you'll just come back to your regular stance. And then potentially you'll now, as you've changed the weight to the other hand, shift your feet so that if the weight is in your left hand, your right foot is half a footstep forward, if that's available for you. Good. If that's the case, that foot is pressing down actively into the ground, and we're getting ready to stabilize and do our lat pull down with a small side flex. The flex is always optional, so if you would prefer to do the lat pull down without any flexion, that is absolutely fine. Good. We'll do 2 more. And 1. Excellent. We just have one weight in hand. Let's leave it that way. We're going to, we've already used our core muscles a lot today, but we're going to use them a little more specifically now with our paint shakers. So weight can be in both hands. So we're holding it. If you have an actual weight today, it will be like up and down as opposed to side for this particular move. If you're able to slide away from your chair back slightly, you're welcome to do that now. Being at your chair back is absolutely fine. Shoulders are set. Let's get the motion going slow first. So we'll kind of set it up nice and slow. We're at belly button level and we're pressing the weight away from our body and back towards at belly button level. Shoulders are low, long spine, strong core. All right, let's start to shorten up the move a little bit and speed it up a bit. So our core muscles are being challenged to help keep us stable while the weight shifts front to back. You can hear my water bottle sloshing around here. And then maybe you'll pick up the pace even more. Don't forget to take some nice even breaths in and out. Don't hold your breath. Good. Go back to medium speed and slow it down. Good. 2 and 1. All right. Little reset. Hips even on the chair. We're going to do the same exercise one more time. You're welcome to keep it the exact same way, or you can change it up just slightly with a directional change. So a little bit of a diagonal side to center instead. So your choice, side to center, starting slow, getting a little bit faster. And then if you're doing side to center, it's hard to go super speedy here, but maybe you'll start to speed it up a bit. So now we're getting not only our mid-core muscles, but a little bit of obliques again as we move a bit more side to side. Good. Don't forget to keep breathing. Don't hold your breath. And then slow it down and slow it down even more. Last one. Excellent. Okay, I am going to sneak in our rotator cuff exercise before we get to stretching. So let's do that now. We'll still just need one weight in hand. Elbow is glued to your side. Palm is facing up. So we'll come cross body to start. Elbow stays glued as you come to your comfortable outer range. We don't want to do this exercise fast. We're not even going to do it at medium speed. I would rather it be slow and controlled. Good, let's do 3, 2, and 1. Excellent, and then we'll change to the other side and do the same. Shoulder is set, elbow is glued at your side, palm is facing up. We start cross body and then come to our outer comfortable end range. Really just listening to our body on this one and working within a nice comfortable range of motion. Great, let's do 4 more. 3, 2, and 1. Excellent. We are all done with our weights for today. You can set that away and we will get to stretching. Great. We're going to start with our crossbody stretch today, where hand comes to the opposite shoulder. And then we're just going to hug that arm in for a little more stretch. Make sure that hasn't brought your shoulder up too close to your face. So if you need to ease off and reset, keep your shoulder low and then let that arm come across. So we're looking for a stretch through rear shoulder muscles and in through our mid-back, our rhomboids. If you'd like to shoulder check over that side that your hand is currently resting on, you can hang out there for a few breaths. Thinking a little bit about that lengthening through your spine as you're here in a shoulder check position. So still being nice and tall. Good. Ease your gaze back to center. We're going to take that arm and unwind it and bring it off to the side for a bit of a chest stretch. Back through center. We'll do that one a few times. And the last time we do it here at shoulder level, we're going to pause for a moment and bring our thumb facing down and maybe press back just a little bit further. Good. He's out of that one. We're going to actually do one more stretch on this same side before we switch sides. And that will be taking our hand up to gently rest on the back of our head and opening up through our chest and front shoulder that way. So just opening up some space. If you want to almost rotate away from that stretch just a little bit, so rotate away from your stretching arm, you're welcome to do that. And if this just doesn't feel great and you want to go down to a low stretch instead, that's fine. All right, let's come back through center and we'll do those same 3 stretches on the other side. So we started with the crossbody stretch to set your hand on your shoulder, taking that arm and pulling it a little bit farther across to provide a bit more stretch. And then we did a shoulder check towards the side that has your hand currently resting on your shoulder. Checking in with that length of your spine, every breath in, making you a little bit taller in your seat. Good, and then your gaze can come back to center. We'll unwind out of that stretch at about shoulder level and move through some range with a little bit of a chest stretch on this side. And the next time you might pause at that outer end of your range and press that thumb down and away. Great, bring that arm back in, shoulders set. 2 choices for this next stretch. The one where you have gentle pressure on the back of your head, fingertips on the head as you bring that elbow out to the side, maybe even slightly rotating away from that stretch. Or if that's uncomfortable for you and you'd like to go for a lower arm stretch instead, you're welcome to do that. Good, ease your way back to center there. All right, we actually hinged quite a bit today, both through cardio and a little bit through our resistance work as well. We're going to hinge here as a stretch. So hands are on your lap or stabilizing on the sides of your chair, hinging forward, just coming to a spot where you can still maintain that long spine, but maybe get a little bit of release through hips and low back. If this is not available to you and you are at your chair back right now, we're thinking of that gentle pressure into your chair back to really lengthen through your spine here. Good. We'll come up and reset for that stretch one more time. So come up tall, thinking about length through your spine as you begin the stretch, and then maintaining that length as you come down to a comfortable resting place to get a little more stretch. Good, ease your way back up tall. There's a spider walking past me that I'm keeping an eye on. That's not very relaxing for stretching time. All right, we are going to finish out our time together today with another breathing exercise. So you are welcome to be back comfortably on your chair, maybe eyes closed. And we'll just check in with our breathing first. And then I'll give you a few other points that you can think about as you're here. So for now, just tuning into nice even breaths in and out. Good. And then maybe while you're here, just taking some even breaths, you can think back to our rate of perceived exertion and, see if you gave yourself a number to target, how did that feel today? How would you change it for next time? Any kind of notes that you'd make for yourself, just little mental notes about workload and how it feels currently for you. And then we'll finish things off by directing our attention to our belly breathing again, using those core muscles to really squeeze all the air out as we take that exhale. So breath in, filling up like a balloon through the belly, breath out, belly button actively pulling in towards your backbone. Nice, even, big breaths in and out. We'll do 2 more like that. Great, and then you can bring your eyes to open and we'll finish off as we always do with 3 big breaths in, starting down low, reaching for the ceiling. Last one. All right, thanks for coming today. I'll be around for a few moments for questions if you have anything you want to chat about. Thank you. Thanks, Barbara. I actually own sheep, so I have a lot of sheep merchandise. And thanks, Gordon. I see your message. Yes, I'm actually, if I was to scan to the floor, I'm surrounded by wool products right now around me. So you are not wrong.
When we did the bit with 1 foot forward, and then the opposite side workout, I was doing the same side foot forward as the workout. I didn't figure that out until the end. So I guess that's probably okay.
Oh yeah, it's totally fine. Yeah. Yeah, we're just looking for that little extra bit of engagement, right? So
thank you.
Thank you. See you next week.
Have a good afternoon.
Thanks, Bonnie. I don't think I've seen you here before. Thanks for joining. Oh, I think you're muted, but.
How's that? No.
There we go. Yeah.
Okay. No, that was fun.
Good. Great.
Thank you. Okay.
Yeah. Thanks for joining. Hope to see you again.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.
Okay. I'll see you guys next week.
Hey, see you next week. Bye.
Bye.